Speak to me, Ruined Tale. The sky here is black as charcoal, and rain falls endlessly like tears of misery from a stricken child. It is almost as if turbulent storms that gather unerringly overhead are the very embodiment of the hopelessness that this place represents. We are the damned, and all of us are here for a reason. The decay you see around you speaks volumes for our crimes against theology. And so I wonder, what have you done to earn your place in the abyss of the faithless? I am just here for a visit. Why are you here? I am here because of my cynicism in life, and my view as a realist jaded me to the purpose of following a patron deity. I could not see the purpose in wasting my life in servitude to a god when that god would not repay my worship when I needed it the most. Good people, pious people, suffered at the hands of terrible, agony-filled fates at my hands, and the hands of my comrades. And yet the most malevolent of individuals were blessed with peaceful deaths, and departed Tamriel without paying penance for their crimes. To me, the gods are merely players in some divine game, and we mortals merely pawns in the means to an end. Why worship a non-interventionalist deity? That was my belief in life, and because I never found redemption, that became the foundation. When I died at the hands of those who previously had been my comrades, camped out in front of the ruins of a fallen city north of the Imperial City, I was sent to the void of the faithless rather than to the realm of a chosen deity. Thus my crime, the crime of ignorance, has earned me my place here, forever cursed to spend eternity in this wasteland. And yet I wonder, could things have been different? Could the opinions of another have changed my way of thinking and saved me from this fate? I guess that ultimately I will never know. And because of this, I actually think that Tears of the Fiend is actually kind of as large as it is. I think it's an incomplete project because, as I mentioned when I started this, I believe, it is 2 mods converged into one. It is the Legacy and the Butcher of Armendale put together and with some additional details made into Tears of the Fiend. And with this edition of Ruined Tale, it kind of makes me think that he also wanted to put Ruined Tale's tale into this mod, which I wouldn't be object to. Because with how big it is, like, I think he could probably, like, edit down and fix everything that was really kind of wrong with Ruined Tale's tale and make it a part of this mod. Because then that would be interesting. Because it seems like all 3 of these mods are actually connected, because all 3 mods mention each other, each of these 3 characters. So I'm thinking it would be possible, it would be feasible. Although, yeah, that's all I have to say. Then there would just be really 2 main mods. There would be Tears of the Fiend, and then there would be Malevolent. Which is also kind of connected to this, but not in the same way. Anyway, have you seen someone like me? I have indeed. You look a great deal like her, yet I know that you are not her. Though it is obvious you shared the same starting point, life has dictated that the 2 of you follow different paths. Thus, you and her share certain similarities, but are far from identical. She has spent almost her entire life in this place, and I believe that you know the reason why she was cursed to spend eternity here. To the same extent, I believe you know why she has been forced to flee from our small township here and go into hiding elsewhere in the abyss. She and I have spoken at great length, and on a great many things. She was particularly curious about the beauty Tamriel holds. She often asked me to describe the details of the landscape, the weather, the cities, and the people that inhabited Tamriel, for she never saw such things. In particular, I remember that she was fond of rainbows, and the arc of colors they traced in Tamrielic skies. Many times she had me recount details of some of the more impressive rainbows I had seen during my travels. I believe that she struggled with the concepts of a rainbow, for my description was not the most specific, yet that never stopped her from asking. Find my friend. Bring her back to me, so the two of us can spend the rest of eternity imagining rainbows in the cursed sky overhead. Ringtail resumed staring blank at the sky overhead, his expression blank. So sad. I would save your friend if it was possible. That's what I'm actually trying to do anyway. But alas, 'tis not feasible. Is it possible to jump up here at all? No? Okay. Let's see now. Do I remember how to find the place? First off, do I remember how to find the stairs out of here? There they are. I remember the first time I played this, I was so lost. I could not find these stairs for the life of me. I was most annoyed. Wait, not here. Darn it. Okay, go around. Stairs. And around here. Do I recall where to go? Oh. Well, now. Well, kind of. I know where I'm supposed to go later. I just don't know where I'm supposed to go now. Ah. So complicated. Walking along. There it is. That's where I meant to go. Let me see. Alright, Cleon, get over here. Come on. Get over here so I can tell you to stop following me.
Immortality.
Wait here.
I hope that leaving me behind is an integral part of some grand scheme of yours. So be it then. I'll be waiting right here.
Good for you. Whatever you do, do not follow me. Because you will reveal my presence. This is the part where I wish I had an invisibility spell. I don't know how well it would work, but it would be, at the very least, nice. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'll make a quick save. Because it is possible that I will fail this at least once. It is very possible. I don't remember exactly how to do this. I just know they're posted at certain points, facing certain directions, and if I go out in the open, they will spot me. Am I supposed to go around this way? This is why I want an invisibility spell. Alright, well, there's someone who went to sleep. I can see my destination. I'm just not sure how to go about doing this. Alright, let's save again. I wish I had an invisibility spell. No guarantee it would do anything, but it would at least make me more comfortable. No way out of it. Just go for it. Taking the journal of one of the fiends of the Abyss of the Faithless, however, is written in a script that is entirely unfamiliar to me, and yet it is not. Somewhere within the depths of my soul, I can feel certain recognition. When I study the symbols, perhaps I can find some manner which will refresh my memory of what the symbols mean. Oh, please don't see my face. Okay. Whew. I think I might be home free. I can just get back to Cleon. Things will be slightly more pleasant. Alright. Just get to the other shore, and I will be happy. Alright. Save again. Alrighty. I've done it. Now I just need to get back to Cleon. And I still need to sleep and level up. Alright, come here.
Immortality throughout.
Yes, we know. Follow me.
About time. Alright then, you take points, I'll cover the back.
Sure you will. So you can run away. Let's see. It's cast on self. I think it's a power. In fact, I think it's a greater power. No? Maybe? Well, let's keep going up and see. No. Alright, let's see. Where is this dark legacy of mine? There it is! Cast it. You will feel the taint of your dark past possess you as you grow more infamous. Now... not this. This. Book. It's supposed to be a fiend's journal. Journal of a fiend. There we go. Ah. Come on. Cleon wants to talk at it. Oh boy. Book. Huh. Come on, stand.
Immortality throughout.
What's bothering you? Reading through this biography of my life, The Butcher of Armadale, has been a strange experience to me. Would you believe that for some reason the writer thinks I am an evil, heartless creature? What possible justification can he have for that, do you suppose? He might have been in Armadale. A citizen of Armadale, a man who perhaps had a family or friends who fell to the swords of my soldiers, to my own blade. Yes, such a person would undoubtedly blame me for what befell there, and would deduce that I must be a monster of a man. But in all reality, despite what he believed of me, I am hardly what one would call evil. And why is that? How can you defend your actions? Because I was merely doing that which I was commanded to do, and was in no position to refuse to do so. Think of it this way. A sword is evil because it kills innocent and guilty creatures alike. Is the sword evil? Of course not. although some people would say it is, because it is merely a tool to be deployed in whichever fashion the wielder desires. One can hardly blame a sword if a murderer uses it to carve apart a helpless family, and so too can one hardly blame me for destroying Armandale. I was merely the tool to my wielder, my own commander, who ordered me to destroy Armandale, and who would have executed me if I refused. There is no difference between the sword and myself. Hence, I am not evil. You still had free will. You are right, of course. A sword is an inanimate object. It has no concept of morality, of right and wrong. And likewise, it is unable to refuse its wielder's instructions. I, on the other hand, had the option to refuse to lead the massacre, even though it would have cost me my life. That is the sole defining distinction between my analogy of the sword and myself. And so, by your own wording and by my own inadvertent admission, I am in fact evil. Do not look so concerned. I had known it all along, and was merely curious to determine whether or not you would see the flaw in my logic. We'll discuss it further at a later date. Let us fall out. Alright, come on. I want to read the book. There we go. By utilizing the powers of my fiendish legacy, I have called forth the malevolence of my pre-incarnation and succeeded in translating the fiend's journal. I now know the hidden location of my duplicate, yet from what the fiend has written, I will need to know some manner of code to open the door to her lair. Perhaps those in the city of the damned may be able to help me. Alright, now I can actually read it. Here we go. The translated fiend's journal reads as follows. We have arrived in the abyss of the faithless and set up a primitive campsite on the most defensible position we can locate. A small island connected by a narrow peninsula and surrounded with murky, abysmal water everywhere else will serve as our base of operations until we find our prey. So much of the abyss is in ruin, and seems to reflect at once great civilization brought low over the passage of time. Yet this place has existed for all time, and will continue to exist once time has ceased, leading me to believe that the appearance of the abyss is shaped by the cumulative imaginations of its occupants. Soon after arriving, we discovered the occupants of the City of the Damned, a group of souls who have band together for mutual protection from the tormented minions of the abyss. And after speaking with them briefly, I have come to the conclusion that all of them share a similar mind state, which in turn may be the underlying fact behind what has shaped their small portion of the abyss. In previous expeditions to this place, we have encountered other souls who still cling to their past lives as if there is some manner of hope that they may yet return there. However, those we have discovered in the City of the Damned all bear a certain resignation to the fact that they are trapped in this forsaken place for all eternity. Though they mourn the loss of their physical forms in Tamriel, they know that redemption is beyond their grasp. I believe that it is that resignation to their fate that has molded the city and its surrounding regions in the manner that it has. In conventional Tamrielic civilization, the majority of cities that come to such ruinous end as the City of the Damned usually recover and are resurrected at the hands of engineers and brought back to serviceable life. However, the City of the Damned, like the souls that occupy it, has become resigned to its fate and has been left to wither and die for all eternity. If my theory holds true, I can only imagine the consequences that our arrival in this place will instigate. What possible damage could a conscious mind that is to say, one that is not powered by a departed soul, do to this place so susceptible to be influenced by its occupants? The entirety of today was spent interrogating the souls in the City of the Damned as to the whereabouts of our prey. The little factual information was obtained, we did learn a few small details which will direct our trackers onto our prey's trail. With any luck, tomorrow we will find out where our prey is hiding. It is at times like this where I question the logic behind my master's decision to go to such extreme lengths to recover the betrayer. And furthermore, I question whether or not the logic which has led my master to determine the soul we seek is indeed the betrayer is sound. Oh, read that a little wrong. The betrayer and his beloved, the accursed Quarrel, escaped from our order and spent many years in Tamriel, beyond our reach. Yet my master maintained a strong connection to his fiendish soul, and on the instant of his death my master knew of it. The arrival of the soul that we are now tracking our prey in the abyss of the faithless corresponded very closely with the betrayer's death in the mortal plane of Tamriel, leading my master to believe that the betrayer's soul has been sent to the abyss of the faithless. An initial investigation by an advance party determined that this soul did not bear the same appearance as the betrayer. However, further investigation determined that his beloved, who still lived in Tamriel, has assumed a new appearance and new identity, going by the name of Alicia Eothorn. Thus, it is only logical that the betrayer would have done the same. And so it was confirmed that the soul that arrived in the abyss of the faithless was indeed the betrayer. My master was determined to punish the betrayer in a manner more unpleasant than an eternity of damnation in the abyss of the faithless, and so he commanded me to lead this expedition to recover the betrayer and bring him home for his treachery. Yet, by my reckoning, there are more than a few flaws in my master's logic, and a few presumptions founded with lack of evidence. Yes, the death of the betrayer in the mortal realm corresponded with this particular soul's arrival in the abyss of the faithless, yet that does not necessarily guarantee that they are one and the same individual, the betrayer we hunt. Furthermore, for a soul such as that of a fiend to be damned to the abyss of the faithless means that he is bound by the normal constraints of a mortal who lives upon Tamriel. Our lives are bordering on immortal, and as such we have no need to fear the afterlife. Thus, after all, our servitude in life is to our master. Does this set of rules change when one lives upon the mortal plane of Tamriel for a time? Does one need to find a mortal's deity in order to be guaranteed a pleasant afterlife? I have lived upon Tamriel from time to time on missions for my master. Does that mean that I am now destined to spend eternity in the abyss of the faithless? So many questions that remain unanswered. Yet if my master is correct and our prey is indeed the soul of the betrayer, then the concepts relating to the afterlife of my kind and myself are entirely wrong and thus entirely uncertain. Success. After many days of tracking our prey and interrogating the souls in the city of the damned, we have managed to locate the entrance of our prey's hiding place. It would seem that our informant within the city was worthwhile investment after all. To the far south of where we arrived in the abyss, there is a crater that bears a certain volcanic resemblance. On the northern wall inside the crater, there is a door masquerading as a rock, which serves as the entryway to our prey's lair. Mere minutes after receiving confirmation that our trackers had succeeded in their assigned task, I organized an assault upon the concealed lair. But the attack was premature, as the door required some manner of coded sequence to open, and despite our best efforts, we have been unable to circumvent it and find some other entrance to the lair. Tomorrow we will return to the city of the damned, and interrogate the souls there regarding what they know of the sequence necessary to open the door to our prey's lair.